Alrighty, YouTube, Pacquiao, Thurman, fight night. Are you excited? I can't wait. What is it now? About 7:20 in the morning. Can't wait. Definitely going to order the pay-per-view. I'm totally anti-pay-per-view, but I will be ordering the pay-per-view tonight. So, all right, look. Let me go back. I kind of thought about, how should I make the video? I can babble on for hours, but I thought about, what are all the talking points? Okay, if you're picking Keith Thurman, you're going to say he probably has, one-punch knockout power. He's an underrated boxer. He's got the youth, not afraid to run. We know that. He knows how to win rounds. He's got the reach advantage, the height advantage. He beat Shawn Porter, beat Danny Garcia back to back. So in a nutshell, that's probably basically what you're going to say if you're making a case for, Keith Thurman. If you're picking against Keith Thurman, what are you going to say? He took nearly 2 years off, right? Didn't look too good against Josito Lopez. Never been on a stage like this. Never been on that Pacquiao stage. He's a hype job, maybe. A PBC, a premier boxing champion bum slayer. I heard that before, right? Hasn't had a knockout in years. One time, once upon a time. Sometimes, run time. That's probably what you're going to say if you're picking against Keith Thurman. If you're picking Manny Pacquiao, it's pretty obvious, right? We know what you're going to say. He's a legend. Faster, better footwork, better combinations, better boxer, explosive. He's been in the ring with just about anyone and everyone you can imagine. Okay, he's a global icon, right? And even at age 40, he still looks really, really good. He's not in his prime, right? But here's what I think. What he lacks in youth, he makes up in, experience and age and knowledge and things like that. Boxing IQ. I would also add a lot of heart, right? Devotion to boxing. I mean, it's incredible how hard Manny Pacquiao trains and prepares for a fight. After making, hundreds of millions of dollars, he's still just as devoted today as he was 20 years ago, 10 years ago, whatever. Now, another important question would be, are we going to get the Manny Pacquiao that looked a little bit old against Jeff Horn, right? Maybe. I don't know. Or are we going to get the Pacquiao that beat Lucas Matisse, that beat Adrian Broner, things like that? And for the record, he beat Jeff Horn. We know the Australian judges are biased, so, we all know that. So now, you can say Keith Thurman didn't look so great in his last fight, but he looked really good in 2017. So basically, are we getting the Manny Pacquiao that beat Matisse, that beat Broner? Are we getting Keith Thurman that beat Danny Garcia, that beat Shawn Porter? And then you could take that argument even further and ask yourself, was Keith Thurman beating Shawn Porter and Danny Garcia really all that impressive? Good question, right? Good question. So a ton of questions, right? Another quick point I want to make, I think it says a lot about Manny Pacquiao. When you have like Eric Morales and Barrera, sitting on stage in the pre-fight hype, talking about Manny Pacquiao, right? I mean, it's crazy to think how long Pacquiao has been in the game, right? I mean, it just highlights how special Manny Pacquiao really is, to be doing this for as long as he's done it and at a world-class elite level, right? When you have these other guys that are just retired, they're fat, happy, and retired. So now, if you go back and watch a video I posted about a week ago, I had a chance to interview Freddie Roach, okay? And just had a good one-on-one conversation with him. And it was a very laid-back environment, just me and him. It was after the Charlo fight. We go backstage, not a bunch of media crowding, just me and him chilling out, kind of behind stage talking. And of course, he told me what they always say, that, it was a good camp. Pacquiao's ready. He's looking good, blah, 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 blah. But, here's a little bit of an Easter egg for you, right? Something I've been kind of saving for fight night. He told me that they're working on a knockout punch, maybe a body shot, maybe something like that, and we know Freddie always says that, but again, he wasn't trying to pander to the media. It was just me and him chilling. So, I mean, that kind of surprised me, because I think they try to win rounds, because Pacquiao, he is the smaller fighter, things like that, and Keith Thurman, he's never been down. I think what Luis Collazo nearly dropped him with that body shot, but he did say, yeah, they're working on something. And then I brought up, I said, is it a body shot? He kind of smiled, so we'll see. We will see. you know what? I'll get into my prediction in a minute. But we know Keith Thurman even said, he's like, look, I'm not worried about Pacquiao's power. In fact, you know, he's been pretty arrogant, right, about Manny Pacquiao's power, incredibly arrogant. And also, now here's another little tidbit for you, a little info, a little inside information. Okay, Freddie Rose told me that Thurman was having a little bit of trouble. Okay, there's a little bit of trouble brewing in Keith Thurman's camp, right? You know, trouble cutting weight, right? weight problems, minor injuries, I heard, okay, and just overall turmoil in the camp. So, I don't know, you know, I mean, why would he tell me that if it wasn't true, you know? So, there you go. Like I said, just a little Easter egg, right? A little gem for fight night. You know, look, guys, I can go on and on and on, but let's get down to what I think will happen tonight, okay? At first, I mean, you guys know, if you follow the channel, I was really leaning, not really, but I was leaning towards Keith Thurman, and he was the original favorite. But now I'm kind of favoring Manny Pacquiao by decision. I kind of think, you know, I don't know, and I even thought maybe he just might hurt Keith Thurman at one point, you know. So, but it's a slim prediction, right? My confidence level isn't all that high, you know. I mean, this is like a traditional pick'em type fight. I mean, it's very hard to predict, but I am leaning towards Manny Pacquiao. But you know, so I don't know. But I do want to say that if Manny Pacquiao loses, I think he's going to lose by decision, but there's also a real possibility he could get caught jumping in and out. I heard a lot of people talking about that, you know, even Eric Morales and Barrera, you know, pretty much anyone you ask, they all talk about Pacquiao, because ever since that Juan Manuel Marquez knockout, they all talk about Manny, you know, jumping in and out and things like that. And I'm worried about it too, to be honest, you know, getting caught. And it's a real possibility. So it is a real, so basically, my prediction is Manny Pacquiao by decision, Keith Thurman by decision, or possibly Keith Thurman by surprise knockout, or possibly Manny Pacquiao by surprise knockout, possibly a body shot, maybe quarter, maybe kind of, sort of, I don't know. But if I had to pick one of them, I'm just going to say, I'm going to throw it up in the air and say Pacquiao by decision. But, you know, here's the thing. If I get it wrong, I get butchered. I get butchered on YouTube, right? I mean, people slaughter me like, oh, you don't know shit about boxing. You know, I hear it all the time. I mean, it's so crazy because, I mean, here's the thing. If anyone gets the fight right tonight, it's because they got lucky, okay? This is a pick'em, right down the middle fight. You don't know who's going to win, and don't even act like you do, because I'm not going to act like I do, because nobody knows what's going to happen tonight. And that's the intrigue. That's the interest. That's why people want to watch the fight, because we don't know. We simply don't know what's going to happen. But, you know, after what Freddie told me, a little bit of trouble in the Keith Thurman camp, Pacquiao looking really good. But another point, you can look good in front of the cameras on the mitts. Shit, I can look good, right? I can look good. Give me some mitts, give me a punching bag. You know, I'll look damn good. Do a little highlight reel, get a little music in the background, people cheering. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You know, shit, you can look good. We can all look good hitting the mitts and hitting the bag. But a bag doesn't hit back. Mitts don't hit back, right? So it's completely different, you know? So that's the thing that it drives me crazy when people are like, oh, yeah, Pacquiao's looking good, looking sharp, looking great. Well, okay. You know, so does my neighbor when he goes to the gym, right? So you really don't know. Now, there are telltale signs you can look for, sure. Of course, if you have an eye for what you're looking for, you can tell. And my trained eye, from what I do see, they both look pretty good, but I do see Keith Thurman looking a little bit drained. You know, all that confidence, I think it's kind of a facade, right? And maybe a little bit of smoke and mirrors, I believe. You know, maybe he's a little too overconfident to hide, you know, the fact that he's maybe a little insecure. Could be. You know, it's like the guy that barks the loudest is usually the one that's, you know, like secretly insecure and things like that. So I'm kind of thinking that. So yeah, I'm leaning towards Manny Emmanuel Dappertran Pacquiao. Oh shit, how do I turn this off? There we go.